I have trowels for you, and I have compost with buckets.
This is not a class field trip to a distant farm. It's a typical school day at Martin Luther King Jr. Middle School in Berkeley.
So do you want to be the one to peel off some of the outer leaves? And then you're gonna give the top a haircut just like Max has done there?
Today, these students are harvesting leeks on a 1-acre plot sitting right on campus. A campus smack in the middle of a densely populated urban area within sight of the Golden Gate Bridge.
The garden has always been like my favorite part of the day. It's just a little break from being inside all day, and you get to come outside and eat and play in the garden.
And that's just going to make the plant more snug and able to grow more vigorously.
Edible Schoolyard Berkeley began in the late 1990s when restaurateur Alice Waters convinced school officials to tear out an asphalt parking lot. Ever since, its focus has been on ensuring that these students do more than just get their hands dirty or learn the basics of farming.
I'm so touched by their passion and their interest in this. It works like magic.
Today, Waters beams each time she visits the classroom, garden, and kitchen she created. The Edible Schoolyard project has become as important to her as Shape and Ease, the world-famous Berkeley restaurant Waters opened in 1971, launching a new type of dining known as California cuisine, focused on fresh organic ingredients sourced from nearby farms.
I'm thrilled when I come into the kitchen and I see everyone going about work. I just think that not only do the students learn the information because it's coming through all of their senses, but they're being nourished at the same time.
Food is an academic subject, and you can study anything, math, science, humanities, geography, history, culture, through the act of growing, cooking, harvesting food. Another key philosophy for us is that children learn by doing, that you are an embodied learner if you're actually experiencing the topic that you're learning.
Today what we're going to be looking at is the Arabian Peninsula and some of the foods that were grown and produced there and how they come together into a meal that we're going to eat today.
The concept is simple. For 90 minutes each week, these 6th to 8th graders take fresh, organic food products, many of which they grew themselves, and learn their history, where they originated, and how ethnic cuisine spread worldwide. Then they make their own healthy lunches using those same ingredients.
So today we are going to make some pita bread, we're going to make some hummus, a yogurt sauce, and we're going to cut up some vegetables to dip into those sauces.
In the kitchen it's really fun because you get to cook new things. I've cooked stuff that I've never thought I'd cook and tried things that I never thought I'd like.
I think the reason that this idea is so successful is that these are universal values, and we're hungering to get back to that place. We need to come back to our senses.
Just as Chez Panisse transformed modern dining, Waters says the goal of the Edible Schoolyard is to transform the way the students think about food, nutrition, sustainability, and how they all connect to a fair and healthy world.
Public education is our last truly democratic institution. What if we began in kindergarten and we taught them the values that they're going to need to live on the planet together? How to take care of the land, how to come around a table and talk with one another. And so that's what this program is deeply about.
A lot of students come back and say, you know, remember that time I wasn't into gardening, but now I understand that it was more than just gardening. It was more about being outside with friends, doing teamwork, accomplishing work. Going through the program here, I just became a better person in general.
I just love the garden so much that I definitely want to find a way to incorporate that in my life because it's so important to me.
I think that schools have a responsibility to teach kids how to be, how to collaborate, how to think critically, and programs like these where kids are incredibly engaged in their learning and in their experience and how they just show up as a human.
Advocates say that philosophy and the success of programs like this is why there are now more than 2,000 edible education programs in all 50 states and 29 other countries across the globe. Through an Edible Schoolyard website, Educators share lesson plans and other resources and ensure that all materials meet state and national curriculum standards. Back here in Berkeley, parents and other family members are invited to sample their children's culinary creations at special family nights out. And 8th graders receive academic credit to act as garden ambassadors, mentoring younger students.
I really enjoy it because sometimes the kids are like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And then I tell them some interesting facts, and then they're like, okay, I understand why to do this now.
It's the thing that everyone looks forward to for a week before it happens. And everyone's like, yes, we're going to the garden, we're going to the kitchen. And then everyone comes here and they have a great time for the hour and a half that they're here. And I think it's some of the most fun experiences I've had in middle school.
Yeah, I kind of want to be a chef. I kind of want to just be a chef and do healthy food and maybe get a cooking show.
We're going to be cooking up a storm. We have a feast happening today.
Beyond the widespread success of the program, Waters and her team of teachers, volunteers, and others say they have an even larger goal: to create a truly national edible education program from kindergarten through high school. They also want to make sure every California student has access to a healthy, sustainable, and free lunch, while connecting with and learning from local farmers.
It could be school-supported agriculture in that way, and gives the farmers the respect and dignity and have them bring their values into the schools. And I think that we have the knowledge and the willpower and the sort of fertility in the state of California to make it happen.
Kids can consume up to 50% of their daily calories at school. To ensure they are eating healthy, schools are implementing tried and true marketing strategies, such as placing fruits and vegetables in 2 locations, like the hot lunch line and at the salad bar. Other tactics include giving the food fun labels and offering it in bite-sized pieces.